Washington, D.C., and I've got a little bit of a presentation for you about what we do there, and I'm very interested in what you would like to discuss as well. But let me go through that. I'm the Deputy Executive Director, which means I'm the second in charge, and we're a national organization in the United States that works across our country to protect the courts. We're the only national organization that focuses on this full-time, and we work with a national partnership of more than 50 groups, some of them national and some of them state, to do this work. And we work in various ways to protect our courts so that they can protect people's rights. That's the whole point of our organization. We do this through public education, litigation, and policy reform efforts, which means we try to advance our country's laws. We work in Washington, D.C. Our office is located about 7-8 blocks from this, which is our nation's capital. And this is a little bit of a video about our work.
America's courts are in jeopardy. They're supposed to be the one safe place where we can get a fair hearing. But politicians and special interests are tampering with our courts, spending millions to elect the judges they like. They even try to put some judges in jail. And it's happening across the country. After the Iowa Supreme Court unanimously ruled to allow marriage equality, special interests spent millions of dollars to unseat 3 of the judges. They all lost. 2 years later, the Florida legislature tried to split its Supreme Court in 2 so the governor could stack the court with his allies. And then there's South Dakota's Jail for Judges, a ballot initiative to create a special grand jury for judges who make incorrect decisions. The list of attacks goes on and on and on. So who's fighting back? That's where justice at stake comes in. Through education campaigns, coalition building, and community organizing, Justice at Stake and its allies lead efforts to protect our courts in states across the country. By reforming how judges are selected, we're working to keep special interest money and political pressure out of our courts. Let's work together to fight back. Protect our courts so they can protect us. Take the pledge.
I fear we have a Romanian English problem between our projector and our computer.
Yeah. No, projector was. No.
Yeah, I fear we have a problem in our translation between the two, but this is a video that we put online to try to involve more citizens in our work. In our country, we have a big problem with both spending in political campaigns for judges, and we have problems with politicians trying to make the judges do what they want. And we also have a problem with politicians not appointing judges to our benches and filling the seats when we need them. Recently, there was a case in our Supreme Court about how to keep our courts in our country fair and impartial. This is the name of the case here, Williams v. Florida Bar. And basically, this case was about whether a judge who is running for election to be elected to the bench can directly ask people for money to run their campaign. And the Supreme Court said no, it's okay for states to bar people from being able to do that. This is a very important issue in our courts because it affects about 30 of our states, so it's really, for us, a nationwide issue. This is one of the things that we do every 2 years. We produce reports that take a look at how all of our courts are working and analyze how much money is being spent in them, what kind of political attacks we're having problems with, and how laws are advancing that can better protect the courts so they can fulfill their unique role in our democracy. TV ad spending is one of the big problems in our country. I know this isn't the same kind of problem you have here because your judges are appointed in a different way, but how much money is being spent in these campaigns makes a very big difference for us. And because of that, our people are afraid that, I know that there's other kinds of problems with money and political influence here, but people in our country are worried that campaign contributions are making influence on court decisions. Our Supreme Court justices, some of them are standing up and saying very much publicly and in legal cases that our courts have to be fair and impartial in order to be able to do our jobs. This is obviously Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The problems that we're having and our efforts to solve them are reaching a level in our public media where some of the biggest politicians of our time, this is John Oliver, he does a show that's both, he kind of takes topics and then he does deep look at them, not from a legal perspective, but from a kind of a citizen perspective, and does it in a very funny and clever way. So he did a big segment on the problems in our courts this year. This is Justice Sandra Day O'Connor from our Supreme Court, who's our honorary chair. Came to one of our meetings recently, and she's been a big champion in our country for making our courts work better so that they can do their job for people. And this is a picture of Andre on the steps of our Supreme Court when he was with us last fall. We're